Okay, perfect. The recording is working now. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll get started now. It's always a little bit of a hassle when it's the first lesson, right? But the first thing that I want to tell you about Finnish culture, and it relates very, very much to this topic, is that we don't call our teachers ever by their first names, or no, I mean, we always call our teachers by our first names, not last names. We don't use Mr. Or any other formalities with our teachers. So it's always by first name. So please always address me just by Emil. And I'm going to write in the chat because I don't have a whiteboard here, but you can also call me Ope, which is short for, this is going to be your first Finnish word, opettaja, which is teacher. There you go. And the short for that is Ope that we always use. So you can also call me Ope if you want, or you can call me Emil or whatever you want. But no need to say Mr., no need to say Emilianti or anything like that. Okay. So firstly, I want to talk a few words about the course in general before getting more in depth into the language itself. And please don't hesitate to ask if you don't understand something, or if I speak too fast, or if I use a difficult word or anything. Just let me know, and I'll try to explain it in another way or speak slower. I know that I can speak a little bit fast sometimes. So firstly, the course is going to be 2 times a week. The plan for now is Mondays and Fridays at 7:30. So this hour that we started right now. The book that you're going to be using, I think Abdurrauf sent you the PDF copy of the book. It's called Suomen Mestari. It's a book used for learning Finnish as a foreign language. And the book is completely in Finnish. So also I don't know if you had time, I think you just got the PDF, but all the assignments and all the texts and everything is in Finnish. There's nothing in English. So in the beginning, it might be a little bit difficult, but I'll explain everything, what you need to do in every assignment, and quickly you'll get used to it. It's repetition of similar words like write or fill or something like that. So I'm pretty sure that fast you'll get used to it, and it won't be a problem anymore that it's in Finnish. We're gonna go chapter by chapter. I'm gonna be jumping a little bit, especially in the beginning. So today we're gonna go through the alphabet and the sounds of the language, how the alphabet is pronounced, and then diphthongs. It's a difficult word to pronounce. Diphthongs, which is the combination of 2 different vowels. We have a lot of those in Finnish. Finnish uses a lot of vowels, and there's a lot of diphthongs which might be difficult for some of you to pronounce. I don't know. But for some foreigners, at least, it's not the easiest. So we're going to be practicing those. And then also consonants. We make a definition in the Finnish language between 1 and 2 consonants. So if there's a double consonant, it's pronounced differently. So that's what we're going to go through today. So these jump a little bit. If you have had time to look at the book, it's going to be chapters 1, 2, and 3 have these topics. But we're gonna go through all of them at once because it makes more sense. That's what we thought with me and Johanna, the other Finnish teacher. But going forward, it's going to be roughly chapter by chapter. Yeah, so it will be in chronological order in the book. One thing that I want to say, there will be some writing assignments at some point, and you'll have to film a video about yourself talking in Finnish. Well, in the video, you can't cheat, but in the writing assignment, especially because this is online, I can't be controlling you what you do. So I really hope that you don't use Google Translate or ChatGPT if you're familiar with that. Of course, you're going to have to translate some words, and that's okay. That's what I also do when I study languages. I use Google Translate to translate some words. But I'm sure that I will notice if you translate whole texts, because the grammar that Google Translate uses is way more complicated than what you'll be able to produce just using the grammar that you have learned. So you will get caught, so don't cheat. You will get an F from the assignment if you do get caught of cheating. So I do not recommend it, and it also doesn't it doesn't improve your learning, and it's better for yourselves that you do your assignments by yourself. And of course, you can ask for help and translate words, as I said, but not translating entire texts. And I will probably, we'll see how this goes, how we'll have time and everything, but I will try to do the writing assignments during the classes. It might not be possible, but if I have the possibility, I will do it that way. I will also have some tests for you at some point. Some of them will be more, there will be a more extensive test at some point, but there will be these, like, I can't remember by heart now, but I think roughly after every chapter, there will be a smaller test, which will mostly consist of vocabulary. So it will be more like a vocabulary test, but also possibly some writing, some grammar, some small stuff in addition to that. And what I want to say about studying to vocabulary tests is that something that I have found very useful is writing down the words. So I will show you from here. The chapters, the texts, or the vocabularies are quite long in each chapter. Here you can't see the words probably, but you can see the words at least. So there's quite a few. So it's going to be difficult in the beginning, especially to learn the words. It's not easy. I have studied foreign languages as well, but you can do it. And what I would recommend is writing down the words multiple times. It really helps when you write it down with a pen on a paper, not by computer, because then you get like sort of like a muscle memory to the writing and to the words. But you can study however you want. This is just my personal recommendation. But I would recommend that you start studying like in a good time and not the evening before, because then it will get difficult. And one maybe difficulty with Finnish language is that a lot of our words, we do have loan words a lot, but we also have a lot of words that don't relate to words in any other languages. So that is, it might be a difficulty. In other languages, there's maybe more similarities with the vocabularies, but just study efficiently and start in a good time, and it will go well. Now I'm going to talk about a few characteristics about the Finnish language and what are the main points of grammar, maybe, or the main points that you should take into consideration. And after that, we will start going through the letters and the sounds and the diphthongs and everything. So far, has everyone understood what I've been saying? Can you hear me well? Is your internet working? Do you understand my English? Am I speaking too fast? Is everyone still on the map, so to say? You can write in the chat, for example, that okay, or that you understand or something, just so that I know that you're still hanging along.
Yeah, the speech was really clear. I really understand.
Your speech is pretty
Okay,
good.
good. What? What did you say, Lillian? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Your speech is pretty good.
Okay, good. Great that everyone's still hanging along and understanding. That's perfect. And as I said already before, if at any point you don't understand what I'm saying, or you missed something or anything, just please let me know and I will repeat or explain in another way so that everyone hangs along. Okay, so there's a few points to the Finnish language and some basic grammar rules that are good to know from the beginning, and it will make the learning easier. So first of all, Finnish language doesn't have a grammatical gender at all. So we don't have, as in Russian, you have mushkoi i zhenski rod and sredni rod. We don't have that in Finnish. So the nouns don't have genders. And the conjugations aren't based on the gender of the word, but on how the word looks. We will get into that later. And we also don't have a word for he or she. If I've understood correctly, Uzbek also doesn't have it. So we only have the word han, which means she or he, and it's used in with either gender then. But you will usually, of course, understand from the context about which gender we're talking about. But it's just something that you should take into consideration, that the gender doesn't exist. We also don't have any grammatical articles. So as in English, we have a, and the. Those ones also don't exist in Finnish. We tell the same information in a different way. So that also, it might be easier, it might be more difficult. It depends on the person, of course. But that's also a point to finish. Then one thing about pronunciation of Finnish language. First of all, the main stress is always on the first syllable. So I'm not sure about Uzbek. I still haven't learned it. I'm going to attend some Uzbek classes, then I can maybe compare them more. But until now, I can only compare with Russian. So in Russian, the stress of the words, the udarение might change depending on the word, as you probably know if you know Russian. But in Finnish, it's always on the first syllable. So for example, the word kukka, which means flower, so it's kukka, and it's always on the first syllable. So you wouldn't say kukka, or in longer words, you wouldn't put the stress on any other syllable. Or tyttö, which means girl, so it's tyttö. So the stress is always on the first syllable. Or pappi, which means priest, pappi. So it's always on the first syllable. And then this is something that you might not remember in the future, but I will say it already now. But we will probably get back to it once there starts to be more compound words. So as I've understood, Uzbek is similar, and many other languages also have the same system. But we put words together, or we have compound words. So for example, bus driver in English, it's two separate words. It's bus and driver, but in Finnish it would be bussikuski. So it's the two words are put together, and it's used as one word, and it's conjugated as one word. You don't conjugate the separate parts. So in compound words also, it's always the every second syllable is stressed, except for the last syllable. So the first is always stressed, then it would be the third syllable, and then the fifth syllable. So it's the every second syllable is stressed, except for the last one is never stressed. So if you have, for example, bank card, which is pankki, means bank, pankki. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, true. Sorry, I forgot that you have the same paper that I'm using to explain these things. Abdurauf sent it to you, I think, on a Telegram group. So wait, let me show you the first. Oh yeah, I can share screen. I have it. 1 second. I'm not very good with Zoom. I'm sorry. I'm still learning. Yeah, I can open it. Just this one. Wait. Okay, perfect. I didn't realize that I can share the screen. I haven't used Zoom very much. I finished my school before the pandemic started, and I was in university for a while with the pandemic, but not for that long. So I'm not super used to using Zoom, but I'm also learning here. You're learning Finnish, and I'm learning to use Zoom. But now does everyone see the Word document that I shared? Right. Yeah. So can you see the Word document that I'm sharing here right now? Okay, perfect. So here you can see better what I'm saying. So the compound words, the first syllable is also always stressed on of the second part, and then it's every other. There's no longer words here now because it's unnecessary. They're not very much of super long words, but at this point you stress the beginning of each word. I understand that sometimes it might be difficult in the beginning to understand which words are compound words because you're not still very familiar with the vocabulary. So you might not know that it's a compound word. You might not realize that it's actually made of two separate words, but always if you do know, you know how to stress it. So pankki means bank and kortti means card. So it becomes pankki, kortti, pankki, kortti. So you always stress the beginning of the word. Or bookshelf, kirjahylly, kirja means book and hylly means shelf. So you'd say kirja, hylly. Kirja, hylly. So you always stress the beginning of each word. But with the compound words, I understand that it's difficult. But the most important thing is that, you know, with the basic words, you always stress the first syllable. So you never put the stress on other parts of the word. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's take Daulat Bek. If you want to read the first word, the first two words there, kukka and tyttö. If you want to read them out loud, if you put your microphone on, so you can.
Daulat Bek, mikrofonni yoqa olamiz.
Can you hear me? So if you'll try to pronounce kukka.
Kukka.
Kukka. Yeah, perfect. So you always stress the first syllable, kukka. And does Ali, for example, want to try to say tyttö? It's a little bit more difficult vowels, I know, but tyttö. So you stress the first syllable.
Tyttö.
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 Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Sounded great. And Ziodullah, if you want to say pappi.
Pappi,
Pappi.
pappi,
Yeah, perfect. And Lillian, you'll get a little bit more of a difficult word. You can try to say pankkikortti.
Pankkikotti.
Pankkikortti. Remember that or you can't remember yet, but the R is also pronounced very clearly. We'll go through the letters in a bit more in detail, but kortti. The R is quite strong, so you'd say pankkikortti.
Pankkikotti.
Yeah, that sounds good. Great. And Muhammadi, if you want to say the last word, kirjahylly.
Sinne.
Kirjahylly.
Kirjahylly. We will also get into this, but the H,
Kirjahylly.
hylly.
No.
It's a difficult word.
Hylly.
Hylly. Yeah, we will get more into the vowels in a bit. I know that some of them might be difficult in the beginning, but we'll go through them in a minute. Great done, everybody. Your first practice of Finnish words and pronunciation of Finnish. So the next important thing about Finnish is that we use grammatical cases and suffixes. As I've understood, you use it in Uzbek too. So you conjugate words. So you wouldn't say, as here you can see in number 4, in English you would say in my house too. So you have the base word house, and it doesn't change in any way, but then you add smaller words before or after it to tell more information that you need to tell about relating to the object. So this is, of course, there's multiple cases and conjugations going on in this word. You don't need to conjugate this far usually, but it's just to show as an example that these 4 words in Finnish is told just in one word. So in Finnish, it would be talossanikin. So here you can see talo is the base word for house, talo. And then you add SSA, which is one of the cases, and it means in something. So then you would say, if you would just want to say talossa, it would be in a house. Then when you add the ending ni, this is very, how to say, literate Finnish, and it's not very often used in the spoken language. You don't need to worry about this when you're learning, but it's a suffix that you put on to tell that it's my house. So you would say talossani, and that means in my house. And then the suffix kin means to or also. So then you can still add one more suffix, kin, talossanikin, and it would be in my house too. So this is just to show an example how the language works. So you always add endings and suffixes and conjugations to words, and that's how you explain things. Unlike in English, for example, that uses these like separate small words to tell the information. I know that Russian, for example, at least has cases. In Finnish, there's a few more. You won't learn them all at once. But Russian also uses like a combination of these small words and cases. Finnish has more explicitly only cases. We do have the small words. We will go through them later. But cases are used quite a lot in Finnish. Then the next important thing is phonetic orthography. It's a very fancy sounding word, but it just means that every single letter in Finnish is always read the same way and is always pronounced. So here, for example, in the word kirjahylly, bookshelf, in the third part here, for example, in French pronunciation, they always drop a lot of the vowels and they don't pronounce the H's, for example. But we don't do that in Finnish. Every single letter is always, so you pronounce every single letter the same way every single time. One important thing that you'll meet a lot while learning Finnish is vowel harmony. It might sound intimidating in the beginning. It's not very difficult, and you'll get used to it, and you'll learn to notice it. But Finnish vowels are divided into 3 categories, basically. So there is A, O, and U, or sorry, I'm not going to pronounce this in English. A, O, and U. These 3. So these are back vowels. So if you try to pronounce them, you can try, you don't have to put your mic on, but if you try to pronounce the vowels when you say A, O, U, you can feel that the pronunciation is more here in the back. So you feel that the sound is coming from, it's not from the throat, but from the very back of your mouth. And then we have front vowels. These are usually the more difficult ones for foreigners. A, E, and U, they are front vowels because they are pronounced in the front of the mouth. We will get more into the pronunciation in a bit, and I will show you how it might be easier. But as you can see, A and A look pretty similar. The A just has the dots on it. The same with E, it's just like O, but with the dots on it. And well, U doesn't have dots, but it still looks a bit similar to U. And they are kind of like pairs. So when you're learning the language, here, for example, this conjugation as a, which is in something, depending on the word, if the word has a, or u in it, then it would be as a, because you always have to, you can only have front or back vowels in one word. It sounds difficult in the beginning, but you'll learn it. So just try to remember that the vowels are grouped in 2 categories. And then we have E and E, and they are neutral vowels. So they don't they can be mixed with either types, with the front vowels or the back vowels. But we will get a little bit more into the vowel harmony in a bit. And then also we don't have a future tense. So we don't have a verb conjugation for the future. It's the present time, but then we add words like tomorrow or next week, or it might be just understood from the context, but we don't have a future tense in verbs at all. Okay. So this was the basic grammar stuff, just so you know some of the basic stuff. Do you have the document also to yourself that I'm sharing on the screen right now? Did you get it in the Telegram group? Could someone
Yeah,
could
we
someone
got it.
please?
Yeah, we got
Okay,
it.
you have it. Well, perfect. Okay. So now we're gonna start with the vowels first. The vowels are the, well, I wouldn't say they're more difficult, but there are some vowels that you might not be used to from before. So please, we'll do so. How are we gonna do this? I'm gonna pronounce it first, and then you can repeat after me. So it might be a little bit of a hassle if you all put your microphones on at the same time. So just repeat after me, and then I will ask you to read the words, for example, in a later bit, but just repeat after me without putting the microphone on, and I will check on the pronunciation with the words then, because otherwise we will have a cacophony when everyone's repeating after me at the same time when the sounds mix. Okay, so the first vowel is ah. Please repeat after me. Ah.
We need to turn microphone on, right?
Well, I think if everyone has their microphones on, I might not be able to catch the words. So if you just repeat without having your microphone on, and then I will ask you one by one to pronounce some of the words. So then you will, then I will check on your pronunciation in those. So we'll go one by one then with the mics on, because otherwise I can't really hear anything if everyone's saying at the same time. So for now, just keep your microphones off, and,
Okay,
and
I
I
see.
will ask you in a bit. Okay. Ah. So please repeat after me. Ah.
Ah.
Oh. Oh. Ooh.
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 Ah.
Ah.
So this is a little bit similar to ah. So when you pronounce ah, you can feel that it's in the back of your mouth, and then you just move your tongue a little bit forward. Ah, ah. So you open your mouth a little bit more, but you pronounce it more. It's kind of the same sound, but you try to make the sound a little bit more forward in your mouth. So it's ah, ah. Can you hear the difference in my, yeah, can you hear the difference in my pronunciation when I say ah or when I say ah? Okay. Then the next vowel is uh. Uh. So we use, yeah. So we use this vowel quite a lot when we're thinking. In Finland, we might say in the middle of a sentence. So perfect. And then the next vowel is y. Y.
Ooh.
Ooh.
U. So you need to, it's like U, U. So you bring your U, you have your tongue flat against the bottom of your mouth, and it's quite in the back. But when you say U, you bring your tongue more forward so that it's touching the back of your teeth. So it's U.
Ooh.
U. It's a difficult vowel, and you will get used to pronouncing it. You don't have to be perfect on the first lesson, but you can also repeat these later. But once more, U. Okay, and then the next one is E. E. I think you probably have E is quite a universal vowel. You probably have a similar vowel in Uzbek as well. E.
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 And then the last one, E.
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 E. So E is similar. Yeah. So when I say my name, it's Emil. E.
Emil.
E.
And yeah, perfect. And then in Finnish, as I said earlier, we always pronounce every single letter. So here you see, if you're looking at the screen, here you can see that some of the words have double vowels. So here, this word is sana. Sana. So the A sound is short in both the A's. They're short. Sana. But here you can see in this word, because there's two A's, it's pronounced saapas. Saapas.
Stavas.
So please
Saapas.
repeat please repeat after me. Sana.
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 And then saapas.
Stava.
Saapas.
Papa.
Saapas.
Stavs.
So the first two A's it makes a long sound because there's a double A, and then the second sound is short. Saapas.
Saapas.
Perfect. Does someone want to try to pronounce this word, the second word, for the vowel O?
O.
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 Ovi. Perfect. Ovi.
Ovi.
And then does someone want to try to pronounce the next word with the double O? It also has a double P, which might be a difficult, but you also make the P a bit longer, but we don't have to pay attention to it now, but just the double vowel at least. This word means opera.
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 Opera. Yeah. Opera. Really good. So the
Opera.
P is also a little bit longer because there's two P's. You kind of make, because it's a consonant, it's difficult to pronounce it long, but you kind of make a stop there. So, kind of opera.
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 Yeah. Opera. And then the next word,
Opera.
does someone want to try to pronounce this one? The word for U, does someone want to try? Sorry? No, I think someone tried to say something, but I couldn't really hear. Does Muhammadi, for example, want to try to pronounce this word?
Una.
Uni. Really good. Uni. So the both vowel
Uni.
sounds are short again because there's only one of them. Uni. Please, everyone, repeat also. Uni.
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 Uni. This means dream or sleep. You don't have to learn these words. I'm just telling them for your information, but these are not in your vocabularies. You don't definitely need to know all of these words. Here is a good example of the long and short vowel making a difference in the word. So it actually it can mean completely different things if you have one or two vowels after them, but the word otherwise looks completely the same. So does someone want to try to pronounce the next word with the W or to use? Does Ali, for example, want to try to pronounce this one?
Uni.
Uuni.
Uni.
Uuni. Yeah.
Uni.
So because there's
I see.
two U's, it becomes uuni. So this one is, please repeat after me. Uni
Uni.
and
Uni.
uuni.
Uni.
Uuni. Yeah, perfect. So this one means sleep or dream with one U, uni, and uuni means oven. So they mean completely different things, but it's just the difference in the length of the vowel. Next one. Does someone want to try to pronounce this one? It has difficult vowels, but if someone wants to take a go. Sorry, now I cannot really hear you. Alu. Yeah, really good. Alu.
Alu. Alu.
Alu. Yeah, alu. So please repeat after me. Alu.
Alu.
Ali. Ali.
Allah.
Yeah. Alu.
Allah.
So this one has the, I think the U sound is the most difficult one probably in the Finnish language, usually for foreigners. So U, alu.
Alu.
Yeah, really good. And does someone want to try to pronounce the next one? Ääni. Please repeat after me. Ääni.
Ani.
Ani.
Great.
Ani.
Ääni. Yeah. I'm gonna go through this. If you just repeat after me, I'm looking at the time, so that will hopefully have time to go through everything that I thought of for today. So please repeat after me. Söpö.
Söpö.
Sapa.
Söpö.
Sapa.
Söpö means cute.
Oh.
You can tell, if you want to tell someone that they're cute, you can call them söpö.
Söpö.
And here you have the double ö. It's not a very common to have a double ö, but insinööri has it.
Insinööri.
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 Insinööri. This means engineer. Insinööri.
Insinööri.
The next word, kynä.
Kuna.
Kynä.
Kynä.
Kynä. Yeah. And here you have it as a long sound as well. Myyjä.
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 Yeah. Perfect. And then here you can see the difference that the length of the vowel makes again. So here is the word kivi.
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 Kivi. And here kiivi.
Giivi.
Kivi.
Kiivi.
Giivi.
So
Kivi.
kivi means stone, and kiivi means like kiwi fruit. Do you know kiwi fruit? And then the last one, kesä.
Kesä.
Kesä. Kesä.
Kesä.
And teemu.
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 Perfect. Okay, really good. So I think you're catching up on the difference in the vowel length. It might be sometimes difficult to remember when you're reading texts, but try to pay attention to the double vowels. So the next one that we have a lot of is diphthongs, and it's a combination of two different vowels. And as I said earlier, we have a lot of vowels in Finnish. So here you're gonna see all of the different combinations that vowels can make in the Finnish language. So Please repeat after me. A vine.
A vine.
A vine.
A vine. And the next one, hey.
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 Hey. This one means hello. It's a very basic phrase, good to know. Hey.
Hey.
The next one, soittaa. So this one,
Soittaa.
it's cut into, it's cut into pieces because it's by syllables. But it's one word, so there's a double T there. So soittaa.
Soita.
Soittaa. So double T
Soittaa.
and double A. Soittaa. And then uida.
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 Uida. Perfect. And then this is a long word. There's not very many combinations with ui, but here's one. It's a difficult word. It means a pen, a regular pen. Lyijykynä. So we can take it in two parts. You can just say it's a compound word. This is lyijy and kynä. So we can start with just saying lyijy.
Lyijykynä.
Lyijykynä. Yeah.
Lyijykynä.
Lyijykynä.
Kynä. Yeah. And it means pen. Lyijykynä. It's difficult because there's, really well. Really well. You're pronouncing very good. The next one is äiti.
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 Perfect. And then öitä.
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 Öitä. Öitä.
Perfect.
Öitä.
Auto.
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 Perfect. Poikkeus. So here's a double K again. Try to remember that one as well.
Poikkeus.
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 Perfect. Koulu.
Poikkeus.
Please repeat after me.
Koulu.
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 Very good. Viulu.
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 Tuoli.
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 Yeah. And the T in the beginning, it's very hard. Tuoli. So it might be difficult to catch also because it's through headphones and through what do you call it? A speaker, but it's a hard T. Tuoli.
Tuoli.
Tuoli. Perfect. And then käydä.
Käydä.
Käydä. So here's the Y again, which might be a bit difficult. Käydä.
Käydä.
Perfect. Pöytä.
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 Yeah. Terveys.
Terveys. Terveys.
Terveys.
Terveys.
Terveys.
And selviytyä. This one is a long one again. Selviytyä. And you try to pronounce it. I know. Selviytyä.
Selviytyä.
Really well. Really well. You're doing great. Pieni.
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 pieni,
Great. And this is a notorious one that we very often use in Finland for foreigners when they're asking for difficult words. Yötyö, yötyö.
Teacher,
Please sorry to pronounce. Yötyö. It means night work. Yö is night and työ is work. So it
Pyötyö.
becomes yötyö. Really well. Okay, going along. We're gonna go to consonants.
teacher.
So, did you have any questions about the diphthongs?
No, as I said at the beginning of the lesson, I have a problem with my face, so it's time to take treatment. So I have to allow me.
Sorry, now I couldn't hear you. It cut a bit the sound. Can you please repeat? I'm sorry.
So I have a problem with my face, so it's time to take a treatment. So have to you allow me.
Yes.
I have to leave this lesson, please.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Of course. Of course. Please leave if you have to go. Of course. Take care. And
Thank
the
you.
lesson is recorded, so you can watch it later. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hopefully everything will.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So then we will go to consonants. Consonants don't have we don't have any very special sounds in consonants from any other languages. But as with the vowels, you need to take into consideration the length of the consonant. So also with consonants, a double consonant is pronounced longer. Some people say it's 1.5 consonants. Some people say it's 2, but still it's longer than just one. And here also it makes a difference in the pronunciation sometimes. I'm not going to pronounce the consonants alone, or actually, yeah, I'm going to pronounce them, and you can repeat after me when I pronounce the consonant. Ko. So please
Ko.
repeat after me. Ko.
ko,
Pe.
pe, pe,
Te.
Te.
Te. Al.
al,
Al.
Al. Good.
Al.
Am. Am. An.
an,
Ar. So we
Ar.
roll
Ar.
our R's. Ar. Ar.
Ar.
As.
as,
As.
Ho.
Ho.
Ho. Yi.
Yi.
yi,
Yi. So this I want to point out with the letter J. I've noticed that in Uzbek at least, the J is pronounced if you have it in a word, or the consonant yi in Finnish, you pronounce it like J. So in Finnish, it's never pronounced like J. It's always Y. It's just a Y sound. I suspect you write it with, if you write the letter Y, the Finnish Y, then you would make the Y sound. But in Finnish, this letter makes the sound Y. And then ve,
Ve.
Ve.
ve, and
Ve.
de,
de,
De.
de. Perfect. So now I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. Kuka,
Kuka.
Kuka.
kuka,
Kuka.
and then kukka,
Kuka.
Kukka.
kukka. So because there's 2 Ks, it makes a bit of like a stop. So kukka.
Kukka.
lupa,
Lupa.
Lupa.
lupa, and kauppa,
Kauppa.
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 Perfect. And then katu,
Katu.
Katu.
katu, and katto,
Katu. Katta.
Katta.
katto.
Katto.
Perfect. Kala,
Kala.
Kala.
and kallis.
Kallis.
Perfect. Hame,
Hame.
Home.
hammas,
Hammas.
Hammas.
hammas. Perfect. Nena,
Hammas. Nena.
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 nena, Anna,
Nena.
Anna.
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 Anna. Suru,
Suru.
Suru.
suru. Murre,
Murre.
Murra.
Murre.
kisa,
Kisa.
Kisa.
and kissa.
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 So here again, you can see the difference. It's only the difference of one letter. Kisa means competition, and kissa means cat. So it's completely different meanings again. So I just want to point out once more that that the pronunciation makes a difference and the writing makes a difference. Usually people, of course, do understand from the context. So it's not the biggest deal if you say kisa when you mean to say kissa, but just a reminder again. And then hyvä,
Hyvä.
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 Great. It might be difficult to hear, but the H is also pronounced. So there's a clear sound in the beginning. So hyvä.
Hyvä.
And H doesn't, there's no double H in Finnish. So there's just a single H version or ho. And then ja,
Ja.
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 ja. And then vauva,
Vauppa.
vauva.
Vauppa.
Vauva.
Vauva.
Perfect. And the last one, radio,
Radio.
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 radio. It means radio. Okay, so then there's a few more consonants in the Finnish alphabet that are only used in foreign words or loan words. And then there's the Swedish, this is called the Swedish O, because it's pronounced like an O. It's pronounced the same way as this letter here, O. But it's used in the Swedish language, but because of historical reasons, it also appears in our alphabet. But you don't really have to care about it. But just try to remember, for example, that because it has an O on the top of the letter, it's pronounced as an O if you ever come in contact with it. But it's mostly Swedish names and place names in Sweden. And I'm going to read this, or you can repeat after me, these consonants. They're called foreign consonants usually in Finnish. And it appear, as I said, in foreign words, but they are still used in words, but they're loan words. So this one is be,
Bä.
be,
B.
Bä.
be, and se,
Se.
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 And this one I would
Se.
say is the only letter that's pronunciation can change, but it's only dependent on if it, for example, is a Latin word that it comes from. Then in Latin the pronunciation might be different. So that's why this one is the only one that isn't always pronounced as an S in Finnish, but typically it's pronounced as the letter F. Then we have F,
No.
F.
F,
F.
As.
G,
G.
G.
X,
X.
X.
X,
X.
and Z.
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 Z. Okay, perfect. So these are, now I've gone through all of the letters in the Finnish language and the pronunciation of them. Here's once more, I want to show you the difference that writing or pronouncing the word can make. So the word, they all look pretty similar, but they just have double letters in different places and they mean completely different things. So I want you to pronounce these. Tuli. Please
Tuli.
repeat after me. Tuli.
Duni.
Tuli.
Tuli.
Tuuli.
Tuli.
Tuuli.
Dui.
Tuli.
And tulli.
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 Tulli. So here you can see fire, wind, and customs, tamožня. So they all have very different meanings, and it's just the difference of one letter. So it's something to try to keep in mind. And here is also, this is a very typical example that is used. Minä tapaan hänet huomenna. It's a long phrase. You can try to repeat after me if you want, word by word. Minä.
Mina.
Please repeat. Minä
Mina.
Minä
Minä
tapaan
Tapaan.
tapaan
tapaan
hänet
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 huomenna.
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 So this means I meet him or her, because we don't have the gender, so we can't know. I meet him or her tomorrow. But if you say minä tapan, minä
Tapaan.
Minä
Mina
tapaan
tapaan.
Minä
tapan
tapaan
hänet
Hänet.
hänet
Huomenna.
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 It means I kill him or her tomorrow. So the difference is quite big. As I said before, from context you will probably be understood, but it's just something to keep in mind. Okay, so nextly, you can read these also on your own, but I'm gonna try to do one short exercise with you. We only have a few minutes left, right? Until 5 more minutes, right? Yeah.
6 minutes.
Yeah, so we have 5 more minutes left. I want to try to do an exercise with you. So this one that you can see now on the screen. So please, if you have pen and paper, please take it in front of you, or if you can somehow mark on your computer which word. So I'm gonna try and or no, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna pronounce one of the words from each row, and then your task is to try to listen and hear which one of the 2 words I'm pronouncing. I don't know if we'll have time to go through all of them, but just a few at least, so you'll get to train if you recognize the correct word based on my pronunciation. Okay, did everybody understand, or do you want me to repeat?
Yeah, I
Everyone
understand.
understood? Okay, perfect. Let's go. Does everyone have their pen and paper in front of them? I take that as a yes. So let's go. Kasi. Kasi.
Kasi.
It's
You don't,
I think the first row.
Yeah, I'm going row by row. So each time I'm gonna pick either one of these 2 words, and then I am going to say one of them, and you need to write down which one of these 2 words I said. Did you understand? So now I said kasi. Kasi.
Kasi. Kasi.
Kasi.
So that you don't have to repeat after me now. You just have to write down which word I'm saying. So now I said kasi.
Okay, one second. Demek tushunyapsizlar nima deyotganiga? Bular aytgan so'zni birinchisi, ikkinchiligini sizlar o'zingiz yozib boringlar. Birinchi kasimi yoki ikkinchisimi? Yozib borasizlar, keyin tekshirasizlar. Tushuntira oldingmi? Hozir bular aytadi kasi, ya'ni kasi degani birinchi kasimi, ikkinchisi shunaqa talaffuz qilinadimi? Sizlar 1-2 qo'yib ketsangiz ham bo'ladi. Yoki so'z o'zini yozib keting yoki. So'z yozib ketsangiz ham ma'qullasizlar. Tushunarlimi? Topshiriq.
Okay. So we're just gonna, I know we only have a few more minutes left, so we're not gonna do many words, but just a few to try a little bit. So I'm gonna start now from the second row. Takki. Takki. I'm gonna say it once more. Takki. Then the next one from the next row. Työ. 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 Okay. Then the next row. Kuu. Kuu. And then the next row. Tyttö. Tyttö. Okay. And one more. Where was I? There. Kuka. Kuka.
Ali, please don't do those kind of things. Ali.
Oh, it came on this. Oh, right. It came for everyone. Yeah. Okay. I think we have 5 words and we should be, are we 5 people here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. No, it's okay. We're going to start with Daulat Bek. Which was the first word that I said? Did you catch which one it was on this second row?
Takki.
So the one on the right or on the left? Which one?
Qaysi biri, chapdagimi, o'ngdagisimi?
Sorry,
I couldn't hear
I couldn't hear.
Only.
Right. He says right.
Takki.
Yeah, that one was correct. I said takki. Okay. And then Siodula, which one from this row did I say? Did I say this one or this one?
Second row.
This one. Yeah, that was also correct. Very good. Very good. And then Muhammadi, did you catch from this row? Which one did I say? This one or this one?
First.
First one. Cool. Yeah, very well. Very well. And then the last one, sorry, I know it's already 50. We're going to finish in a second. So Ali, which one from this row did I say? This one or this one?
Yeah, in the second row, tyttö.
Tyttö. Yeah, very well. Okay, great job. You clearly are getting the hang of the pronunciation and you can hear the difference, which is really good. And you were also pronouncing very well. So I'm very proud of you. They're not easy, and many people have problems with them, but you did great. So that's perfect. I'm going to give you a little bit of a homework. Let me see. So here, on page 8, so you have this document, right, to yourself. On page 8 of this document, if you can see here are words that are loan words in the Finnish language, and but are words that haven't changed that much from the language that they're loaned from, mostly close to English words. So I would hope that you wouldn't use Google Translate, but I'm giving this to you as a homework, so I know that you might use it, but please don't. I encourage you not to use, and I would ask you to translate as many of these words that you see here These are regular words used in Finnish every single day. And I would want you to try to translate as many of them as you can to English or Russian if you don't know the word in English. And then the next time we will try or we will go together these words and see how many of them you recognized. And you'll see that we also have easy words in Finnish for you to learn. Okay, so someone sent a chat. Oh yeah, perfect. I can write it. I will be added to the Telegram. You have a Telegram group. Abdurrauf will add me to the Telegram group, right? So I can send the homework to Telegram, and I will send you a screenshot of the page and everything, so it should be clear. And the next time will be next week's Friday. Was it? Abdurrauf knows better when we have the next lesson. Next week's Friday. So there will be. Oh, this week's Friday. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this week's Friday. So until Friday, do the whole. I will send you on Telegram once more so that you'll be on the map of the things, if you know what I mean. Okay, well, thank you everyone for the first lesson, and we'll see you on Friday at the same time. Thank you. Hey. I don't know if yeah.
Okay, ho'p, qanaqa fikrdasizlar? Marhamat, darsimiz mana birinchi dars tugadi. Endi fikrlaringizni bo'lishsalaringiz. Nima tushunarli bo'ldi, nima tushunarsiz?
Savol so'ravsam bo'ladimi?
Ha?
Bitta savol so'ravsam bo'ladimi?
Ayting.
Men shu misol uchun men ingliz tilini endi ko'proq practice qilib, anaqa kinoda har xil medialar ko'rib o'rganganman-da. Hozir bu birorta programmanimi yoki saytimi biladimi? Shu anaqa o'sha film tilida ko'rgani.
Kinolardami?
Kino yoki showmi qanaqadir.
Okay. He's asking me about the website, and he wants to watch films in Finnish language. And do you know about sites or kind of things?
Yeah. I can until next time. I'll have to Google. I can't say straight away because everything doesn't work in Uzbekistan because of legal things. Okay. So I'll find out until next time. Okay.
Keyingi darsgacha jo'natar ekan, xudo xolasa, hozir so'rab ko'rdim. Jo'natadi masalan, hozir to'g'ridan-to'g'ri qo'yman, va bunga o'zim ko'rib chiqish kerak bo'ladi saytlarni. Yoki birorta film bo'lgan bo'lsa, uni ko'rib chiqib, keyin jo'natishadi.
Bo'ldi, tushunarli.
Sizga subtitr anaqa bo'lish kerak-a? Inglizcha bo'lish kerakmi shunda?
Inglizcha ham bo'laveradi, ruscha ham bo'laveradi.
Bo'ldi. Qani, men aytib qo'yaman degan albatta yaxshi. Yana savollar bor. Qanaqa Ali o'zi? O'rgansa bo'ladimi?
Endi men inglizchani bilganim uchun yaxshi tushundim.
O'rgana olasizmi har qanaqa?
O'rgansa bo'ladi.
Yaxshi, demak, Aliza. Davlatbek, nima deysiz?
O'rgansa bo'ladi. Ingliz tilini yaxshi emas edim endi. Ingliz tilini ham o'rganib.
Necha foiz tushundingiz?
Qiyin bo'ladi. Tushunarli, uncha ko'p tushunmadim-ku, lekin ingliz tilini yaxshi emas endi.
Rus tili qanaqa?
O'rganishga harakat qilamiz lekin.
Bo'ldi. Ingliz tili darslari ham bo'ladi-da. Endi shuncha aytdim, boya oson bo'lsa juda ham oson, juda ham qiyin bo'lsa, hammasi shunday qiyin bo'ladi degan emas. Eksperiment deb aytildi. Sekin gapirsa tushunasizmi, tushunmaysizmi? Sekinroq gapirsa agar, iltimos qilib so'rasak.
Sekinroq gapirsa tushunaman.
Bo'ldi, iltimos qilamiz sekinroq.
Lekin talaffuz yaxshi emas menda.
Ziyoni yo'q, talaffuz hammadan ham yaxshi emas, ziyoni yo'q, hech yo'q. 100% original talaffuz qiyin qilish qiyin. Undan ko'ra o'zbekcha talaffuz gapiravering desalar. O'zimiz o'zbekligimizni qo'ymasin. Xo'p, yaxshi, Davlatbek degan o'rganaman, to'g'rimi baribir? Davlatbek?
Ha.
Yo, rus tilida qo'yib beraylikmi? Rus tilida qo'yib beraylikmi yoki?
Ruscha ham yaxshi, ruscha ham bo'ladi.
Qaysi biri ko'proq effektliroq sizga hozir? Rus tilimi yoki fin tilimi?
Ingliz tilida qo'yib beraversan, ingliz tilida eshitib ham o'rganishga harakat qilaman.
Bo'ldi. Fin tilidan
Olqishlar
deyapsiz,
harakat qiladi. Ha.
Yaxshi. Muhammadiy, nima deysiz?
Dars yaxshi o'tdi. Meni ham Davlatbek aytgandek, ingliz tilim yaxshi emasdi. Ozgina tushunishga qiynaldim, lekin harakat qildik. Tushundik.
Ha, bo'ldi. Boshida aytdim-ku, agar savollaringiz bo'lsa, inglizchada yoki ruschada so'rardilar. Mana shu yerda bu yerda biror savol bo'lmasin, yekmon bo'lmasin deb shu yerda o'tirdim, mana ko'rdingiz. Shuni o'zlashtirish manimcha ozgina murakkab bo'lishi mumkin inglizchasiga tushunib olishga. Tezroq gapirishyapti, iltimos qilamiz deb aytdim. Imkon qadar endi shunga o'rgangan ekanlar. O'zaro finlar gaplashganini ko'rsangiz dahshat. Birinchi kelganda o'sha Yohanna bilan Emil ko'rishgan payti ertalabdan gaplashishni boshlashdi, soat 10 da kelishgan bo'lsa, soat 4 gacha bitta qimirlamasdan o'tirib faqat gaplashdida. Bunaqa ko'p gapiradigan odam ko'rmaganman shu paytgacha, to'g'risi. Yana har zamonda xalq bilmayapmiz deb so'rab qo'yadi, gapirishaveradi shunaqa. Haqiqatan juda ko'p gapiradigan xalq ekan, bu ham yaxshi tarafi. Bironta tushuntirib berishga, sizga tavsiyalar berishga erinmas ekan bular. Shuning uchun ingliz tilida tushunmay qolsangiz, bemalol so'rang, nimadir o'sha diftong bormi, boshqasimi, qanday o'qilishimi harakat qiling. Oldindan yoki ingliz tilidagi alohida so'zlarni yodlab oling, gaplarni yodlab oling. Masalan, can you repeat the question one more time deyish mumkin, to'g'rimi? Shunga o'xshagan gaplarni, so'ralgan gapni yodlab oling deb dars davomida tegisiga o'rganing. Ham inglizcha oshadi, ham bu yerda darsni tushunishni boshlaysiz. Yaxshi, Muhammadiy, demak o'rganib olasiz fin tilini. Hozir menga ha deyapsa, keyin qiyinroq bo'lib qolsa, keyin ustoz bizga rus tilida qo'yib bering deb qo'ysizlarmi keyin? Xo'p, yaxshi. Ziyodlardan so'radik, keyin qarab keyin xulosa qilamiz. Ziyodlar, nima deysiz?
O'rganaveramiz hammasi joyida.
Sizda muammo yo'q-a, til bo'yicha?
Yo'q.
Yaxshi. Bo'ldi. Demak, ko'pchilik o'rganamiz deyapti. Eksperiment menimcha yaxshi o'tdi. Emilni ham xudosi bilan darsni boshlab oldi. Bundan keyin ham yana ham qiziqarliroq bo'ladi degan umiddamiz. Sizlarga material tashladim, kitobni o'zim tashlab qo'ydim, So'meniyni masterini. Birinchisi, ya'ni A1 uchun berilgan kitob bu. Olgan bo'lsangiz kerak, shu onlayn da o'tirganlar uchun onlayn gruppa tashlab qo'ydim. Uni ko'ringlar, sekin-sekin o'sha so'zlarni o'qinglar o'zlaringiz. Berilgan topshiriqni vaqtida bajaringlar. Biz keyingi so'raveramiz ishlarni qolib ketib qoladi keyin. Nagruzkangiz ko'payib ketib qoladi keyin. Shuning uchun bugun imkon bo'lsa o'tgan so'zlaringiz bugun o'zida qaytaring, bugun o'zida yodlab mumkin bo'lsa. Bugun berilgan topshiriq bugun bajarib qo'ying. Ertaga o'sha 50% esdan chiqadi o'qiganlaringiz. Undan keyingi kun qolsa, ikkinchi bilmaganda o'tirasiz, fin tilini o'qimaganda o'tirasiz. Shuning uchun bugungi topshiriqni bugun bajarib qo'ying, deyaptimi? Til o'rganishda nima deydi? Bu ham bitta trik-da, bunaqasi bor edi. Secret, yaxshi taraf, anaqasi bu. Siri. Xo'pmi? Kelishdagi havo demak fin til o'rganamiz, a? Bir ovozdan.
Shunaqaga o'xshayapti.
Yaxshi. Bo'ldi. Demak, juma kuni darslar bo'ladi, tayyorlab ko'rasizlar. Tayyorlaninglar juma kuni darsga. Fin tili bo'yicha. Ertaga yana darslar qo'yib beraman, xudo xolasa. Qanaqa dars bo'lishini sizlarga o'sha soat 6 da shu yerda kirsangiz Zoomga aytaman, xo'pmi? Xudo xolasa ertaga nasib qilsa ingliz tili bo'lishi ehtimoli bor. Keyin ko'ramiz qolgan ikkinchi hamda qanday qo'yamiz. Haftasiga 8 paradan 10 paragacha bo'lishi rejalashtirilganda darslarni. Shunga to'g'ri qo'yasizlar. Mana bir kunlar bir para bo'lib qolsa, unga xavotir olmanglar. Xo'pmi? Bir para, ikki para bo'lishi kerak, haftasiga 5 kun davomida. Yaxshi, savollar bo'lmasa, demak, I'm going to say one word in English language. It's hey hey. Hey hey. Hey hey. the meaning for all. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.